Hi, my name is Kaushal Shah and I'm a cinematographer. I've shot Geraiya, Action Hero, Mumbai Diaries, Jamtara and a lot more projects. And Sony is one of my most favorite camera companies. I've been a big fan of Sony cameras and I've been using Sony cameras for almost all the films that I have mentioned. And I'm going to proceed with a small snippet / film that I've shot on the Sony BURANO. That Sony was very kind to lend me, and I'm a big fan of this camera already. It's very small, it's very light, it's great to do handheld work, it's great to do low light stuff. It matches with the Venice 2 really well, and also the Venice 1. The BURANO does 4K at 120 FPS. The slow-mo is great. We used it to that extent for a lot of fights, a lot of action. So obviously there are cameras that come in with internal stabilization. What was special about this and what also we used on our shoot was the world's first in-body stabilization with PL mount lenses, and overall the footage is just more stable when you're moving in and out. What was great was the internal stabilization in the camera. Obviously when you're doing a lot of handheld work and like a lot of action and sometimes when you're moving your body in and out, the stabilization is really helpful, and the BURANO was top notch on that. What was also great about the BURANO was that the camera was able to shoot XOC and RAW. Even at that frame rate, when I try to grade the footage, it hardly breaks. You can hardly tell the difference in terms of footage when you intercut with like a Venice. When I put the footage on grade and when I started putting the LUTs and when I started grading, I realized that I could easily make it like an image from the Venice, and with 16 stops of latitude and raw recording, I think you have all the flexibility to be able to shoot movie camera quality. So we're doing an action sequence on the Sony BURANO. Obviously we're doing like a small film that's trying to sort of show the capabilities of the camera in terms of like how it works indoors and outdoors. You can see the set around. We're trying to sort of explore the low light capabilities of the camera. One thing that I admire in Sony cameras when I'm making movies is the internal filters and how coordinated they are in terms of even the tiny step. Whereas what's great about the BURANO was that it goes up to like 1/28 and it starts at 1/4. So the number of interpretations that it has in terms of how much NDs you can add, that just helps you when you want to be very quick, when you don't want to put on an external ND. Everything is in the camera, so at the touch of a button, I'm changing exposures, and that's something that I've always been attached to with Sony cameras. I think it's a perfect younger brother to the Venice, but an elder one to the FX series. It's a great in-betweener, and I think all of you all should try it too.